2021, the Goodwood has a star-studded honour roll that in recent years has seen Santa Ana Lane,
Santa Ana Lane wins the Daily Goodwood.
And Trekking take out the 1200-metre Morphettville Group 1.
Trekking got up to win final stride and took the Goodwood. Racing in the Goodwood.
For the first 121 years, the race was known as the Goodwood Handicap. But in 2007, the year Let Go Tomo won, it was renamed the Goodwood, after race conditions changed to set weights and penalties.
Let Go Tomo diving late. It's Tesbury Jack, Let Go Tomo, and a great finish.
In 2009, the 9-year-old Takeover Target beat I Am Invincible.
I Am Invincible in front. Takeover Target went up on the outside. 8 Group 1 wins, $6 million. A true champion.
While in 2012, Black Caviar thrilled a huge crowd when she cruised to win number 21.
Black Caviar, the equine superstar of the world, and that's 21 today.
Oh, the great memories. And what about Ollie? He's had 11 big Group 1s in South Australia, but not the Goodwood. He's had 4 placings today. He's on Zapateo. I actually ran into him at 6:30 in the morning today in Glenelg, outside the hotel he was staying, and we had a good old chinwag, guys.
Oh, I'd love to know what you were chatting about. Oh, that'd be... people, you would have been able to sell tickets to that.
Yeah.
These are the jockeys that are looking for their very first ever Group 1. What about Maddie Lloyd? She's an apprentice and she rode the first 2 winners today. She's on a dead set wet tracker in Frankie Pino, though the track's been upgraded to a soft 7 today.
What about Jamie Mott? He is 181 centimetres tall and is riding at 54.5 for the first time in about 10 years. Now, hearing from him earlier in the week, he's actually flown over to Adelaide early on Thursday so that he could spend the morning wasting to get down to that weight because he finds when he flies it is too difficult to do. So here it is. It's the Goodwood, starting with the 1 front page.
And Bruce, front page is a terrific horse. He won a Kosciuszko, but were you surprised that he's the top weight in the Goodwood?
I asked the handicapper about it this week, Richard. It's because of the Kosciuszko. And it's the same with the Discovery with Curran. They pay the price for those rich races. He's only won 1 listed race, so that's the question I asked. Kementari would have been the top weight in a handicap with his rating. So front page is poorly weighted in terms of the handicaps. I don't think Kementari can win. Front page ran brilliantly at Wagga. Not sure if he can back it up here. I don't think Kementari can win. I think James Cummings has got a great chance. I doubt whether the special case. This is one of the big stories, Richo. He's just a fantastic Morpheville horse.
Oh, he certainly is, and his record suggests that 4 wins from 8 starts and a second. He's won a Goodwood. Can he win another one? It'd be an unbelievable story for Will Savage. Sava 2XL for his size 2XL shirt. And here's Callis, horse number 4, Benny Mellum and James Cummings combining. Can he extend his brilliance out to the 1,200 metres? I think he can. I think he's now furnished to a point that he can really run it out with 57 kilos. Gee, I think he's going to run a slashing race, Bruce. So we go from the blue blood of Godolphin to a $600 purchase in number 5 in Curran, free of debts, the 6. And here's Zapateo. I've got her on top because of that wide barrier, Bruce. I think Ollie will be able to get to the outside, and she loves being outside horses.
He wasn't worried about the barrier at all, and the run in the Sangster was a beauty, as you know. I think Suradis will run well. I think the outside draw suits her. She was so good in the Sangster. I think the last 50 metres might test her a bit. It might, but I think at some stage on the straight she's going to be in the frame. She's a great Morpheville horse. She's going well. She's a big odds. Wouldn't mind taking the chance. Anyway, a bit overs, I think. The 9, Lofty Strike. The track conditions... That's the key, I think, Richo. He's the class. Second in a new market just jumps at me. Doesn't it jump at you?
Yeah, absolutely. On his form profile, his form card, he picks himself. The fact is the question, is this a sort of a last thought? Is it an afterthought? They're desperate to win a Group 1. It'd be worth a fortune. He's by Schnitzel out of Overreach. Sutoric won't believe himself with 54.5 kilos. He is in so well for a Newmarket winner who did that with 57. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Frankie Pino, Bruce, I'm sure he is in career best form, and he's a dead set wet tracker. I wish it was wetter, but I think he can run a race.
There were 5 horses that ran in the race last year running today, Richo, and he was first time. He ran 4th last year. So if he's better this year, then I get what you're saying. He's not without a chance. And Matty Lloyd's had 2 winners so far today. Royal Merchant. So we get to the 3-year-old filly, Richo, and the win in the Tobin Bronze was really strong. She's been up forever, hasn't she?
Oh, she certainly has. Is she good enough to win a Goodwood? She's got the lightweight. That gives her a chance. Another award, the 5-year-old mare by Seamus Award, gets in really light, doesn't she, with 52.5. Stubby Holder. Riding that light, he's in really good form, isn't he, as well? They ran 2nd in the Sangster. Well, they are some of the key runners for the Goodwood. Grace, let's look at the market.
This is a great betting race, as you would expect, because it is a Goodwood and there has been money for plenty of horses throughout the course of betting. But right now, well, we've got a new favourite in the form of Zapateo, who has been heavily backed today. She's all the way down to $3.70 from $8 at one stage through betting. And especially when the rain came this morning, punters piled into Zapateo from that wide draw, $3.60. Lofty Strike, $2.90 out to the $3.80, easing because of the money for the now favourite, but no real knock on that price. And another award, they've really come for her in the last hour, $12 into $6.50. So it's all about those 3 at the top of betting. Zapateo, very, very well backed. $3.60 favourite for the Group 1 Goodwood. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on your screen or visit the website.
Thank you, Grace. And you can understand Zapateo firming, of course, this preparation, a Group 2 and a Group 3 winner. But for her, it's all about the soft ground compared to Lofty Strike, who doesn't like the rain-affected going.
Yeah, loves it, does Zapateo. I've got her on top, and I thought she was really unlucky in the Sangster. Bruce, part of that 6:30am chat, did Ollie think that she was unlucky in the Sangster?
I'm going to tell you right after this. Give us the market mover, Grace.
We'll go with Zapateo here because she's the outright favourite at $3.60 and she was $8 at one stage throughout betting.
Ooh.
So there you go. Now, guys, something that is significant, I'm coming to it, Richard, something that is, it's a soft 7 now. So it's up to a soft 7. So that probably, so it's not a bog. Now, one thing Ollie told me, I asked him about Lofty Strike, and he said, don't worry, I think he handles soft ground pretty well. He said, I've ridden Lofty Strike. Now, he's not riding him today. He thought Zapateo was a bit unlucky in the Sangster. He liked the draw. He thought the conditions would suit her today. Didn't mind the rain last week. He was pretty confident. I mean, wouldn't it be something if Ollie were to win the Goodwood? And then he would have the full set, of course, having won an Adelaide Cup and the Oaks. And, he would have the lot, Ollie. So it would be wonderful for him.
And also, you know, we know that he's in the absolute twilight of his career. We know he's battling to make sure that his body's okay. He's thinking about, and we had him on our show, Horses for Courses, he's thinking about when he brings it to an end. He doesn't know the exact moment. There might be a special moment that he goes, you know what, that's what I've been looking for, just one more, but who knows?
Yeah, I think we all agree it's not too far away for him in the future. Possibly one more spring, but who knows in the meantime. I know he'd love to win this. What a fascinating contest it is over the 6 furlongs. You've got Lofty Strike, the blue blood of the field, Zapateo, Kalos and Kementari for Team Godolphin, and a number of trainers and jockeys looking for their first ever Group 1, including Mitch Beer, who we've spoken about a number of times today with Nemeth. Down the bottom of your page there, but comes out of the Wagga Town Plate with Jordan Malyon on board. It's a really great edition of the Goodwood. Over the 1,200 metres, a Group 1 for the sprinters, and here is your caller, Brett Davis.
Who's already had 2 winners today. Zapateo, General Bow for young Lachlan Neindorf. Still to move into the gates. So 7 favourite ahead of 9 and 17 for the Tab Goodwood. Group 1, 1,200 metres. And we're not far away from a jump. The money's come for Zapateo. She's still to move in with Royal Merchant. Damien Oliver's been threatening all day for a win. Hasn't happened yet, but the market suggests his timing might be right on cue. Zapateo, Royal Merchant still to move in. $3.50 now for Zapateo, $3.90 about Lofty Strike. The 3-year-old still to move into the gates. Lofty Strike and now Royal Merchant, the 3-year-old filly about to come forward. Zapateo as well, just waiting out behind the gate, so there must be something going on with one runner. now that's completed, and Royal Merchant takes her position, and the field is set. The Tab Goodwood, the grand finale of the carnival. Lights on, gates open, and they're racing. Front page jump well. Free of Debt also powering forward. Savatu Excel, front page. Serades up on the speed. Kalos not far away. Free of Debt has it early from Savatu Excel and front page. Serades is into fourth. Then Royal Merchant, Kalos, followed by on the inside, Not an Option, and then closely attended by General Bow. Zapateo worse than midfield and deep from Another Award. Lofty Strike well back. So too Nemeth, then Zutori, Kementari, Frankie Pino and Curran last. 600 metres out. Free of Debt shows the way. Savatu Excel was 2 lengths further back. Front page third. Serades fourth. Then Royal Merchant. Not an Option sweating on a run from Kalos. Zapateo. Then came Another Award, who's sweating on a run nearer the inside. They swing in, and Free of Debt clear from front page. Serades, and now Royal Merchant unleashing. Lofty Strike. Zapateo further back. Royal Merchant raced up to strike the lead with front page. Serades. Another Award's bursting through late. Another Award is after Royal Merchant. Another Award, Royal Merchant. Royal Merchant just in the Goodwood from Another Award. It's the 3-year-old filly to beat the mare. Third place, Zapateo. Then Lofty Strike, Serades, front page. The next one in was Kalos, followed by Zutori, General Bow, Frankie Pino, Nemeth, Curran, a tiring Savatu Excel, and Free of Debt. Mickey D does it again.
He does it again. He's got 6 Group 1s this season. Can you believe it or not? Second only to James McDonald. So the 3-year-old filly, Royal Merchant, gets over Another Award. David Fowler has been calling the Doomben Cup for us today, and Terry McAuliffe, so well known, own Another Award. She was so good. Zapateo was strong as well. And Richo and M, of course, Ma and Eustace get to 10 Group 1s for the season. So for the first time ever since the pattern, 3 training combinations have got at least double figures. It's never happened before.
It is incredible, isn't it? We go back a month and there was 2, and we did say as a throwaway line about don't rule out Ma Eustace during the South Australian Carnival. Incredible. They are incredible at finding the right horse for the right race. Royal Merchant, this filly, who was finding it tough to win a race. She was battling away, running second, third. They've kept her up. She runs a bottler. Mickey D, brilliant. Another Award's just in career best form. Ditto for Zapateo. What a race.
Can I tell you about Mickey D, Bruce? I spoke to him on the phone this week for about an hour, doing a profile piece on him, and I said, what has been the difference in the last year for you to get you to this kind of level? And he said, well, maturity. I've never been immature, but there's been a level of maturity now to my riding. But the other thing he said, which is fascinating and telling now, he goes, I believe now, I know that I belong in the top echelon of riders. So for Mickey D, it's about patience in a race. It's about not rushing his rides. It's about letting his horses settle where they're comfortable settling. But for him as a jockey, it's all about self-belief. And he gets his 6th Group 1 of this season before he jets off to Hong Kong for a 2-month stint. He's just in a rich vein of form, isn't he?
Oh, it's unbelievable. So who's got the advantage as we go to Queensland for the last 6? Cummings, Ma Eustace, Waller. Exceptional. So there's Fireburn, the $6 million champ. Hasn't she been brilliant?
Absolutely, and she steps up to the Roses today before heading to the Oaks. You don't see...
Is brought to you by...
Today's KFC, I like it like that.
Oh, what a day it's been right here on 7 Horse Racing, highlighted by the win of Royal Merchant, this 3-year-old filly in the Goodwood. My goodness gracious me, Marvin Eustace should have known.
Just brilliant, wasn't it? And Mickey D, so 6 Group 1s for the season for Michael D. He's 4 behind James McDonald. Oh, hang on, we've got 6 to go. Oh, he's off to Hong Kong. He's off to Hong Kong. But the Ma Eustace team, well, they're saying to Chris Waller and James Cummings, hello.
Knock, 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 anyone home?
I'm coming at you.
Oh, this was also brilliant, wasn't it, Bruce? Huta in the Doomben Cup.
Yeah, look, he was a sort of forgotten horse in a way, the last time winner. You know, so he wins 2 in a row because of Zaki. It was a great performance by this underrated horse. There's no question about that. For Ryan Maloney, a 3rd Group 1, and for the Snowdens, a 49th. A question mark about Zaki. Fascinating to see what the wash-up is there. So, and then we get to the Lord Mayor's Cup. So Annabelle Neesham, no luck in the Doomben Cup with the 2nd, and then Zaki, but she got it here, didn't she, Richard?
Oh, she certainly did. Bois d'Argent gets it right on the line in a driving go with Navajo Peak and Wicklow. It was a terrific Lord Mayor's Cup. And here at Flemington, where we had the first heat of the Winter Championship, always a great series. And as Bruce described pre-race, the best credentialed horse in the race, he'd had a month between runs due to various issues, was Pinstripe. And if he could live up to his absolute best, he'd be hard to beat. Well, he lived up to his best. And would they consider what Bruce said? And I agree with him. Would he be a lightweight chance in a race like the Stratty? Would he go?
What a carnival for you and Kieran.
Yeah, unbelievable. I was under a bit of pressure today. The boss had been delivering the goods on a Saturday, so I can't honestly say we came here thinking we'd win. We were hopeful of getting some more black type and maybe a placing. But credit to her, she's incredibly tough. And I was saying to the boss beforehand, his first Group 1 win was Tears I Cry, and it's had a similar campaign, this filly. She's had to dance every dance, and we sort of served it up to her. And you know, she's delivered, and look, full credit to Mickey D as well. He's riding terrifically well, and he just kept it really nice and smooth. And you know, it was I wouldn't say it's a comfortable watch, but confident at the top of the straight that she'd have a right crack.
Been an incredible carnival, as I said. The Oaks, then the Sangster, 2nd in the Derby. You nearly swept the 4 Group 1s. Yeah,
I'd like to mention special mention to Tori and Anna, who's gone home, but Tori's been over here, and Anna as well. They've done a terrific job with them, just, you know, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, making things all done properly. And thank you to Will Clark and Nikki O'Shea as well for looking after us as well. So great ownership group, Brute Force Racing, who will be absolutely tearing the house down at Flemington. They had a runner there, it didn't go so well, so that'll cheer them up. And lots of good people, the Sugalims, who've been trying very hard to get a Group 1. So sorry we knocked you off, Terry, but that's great.
Hey, David, credit to the filly as well, because she has had a pretty strenuous campaign.
Too right, yeah. She's been in work a long time, and she's very, very tough, yeah. And probably took us a little bit of time to work out, you know, exactly what her chip was, and you know, strong 12s clearly right up her street. So yeah, as you say, full credit to her really for a 3-year-old filly to do that. And if you look back at her campaign, it's been pretty arduous.
Yeah, well done, congratulations. I would imagine she's certainly not going to Brisbane.
Well, you never know. She seems to thrive on racing, so I wouldn't make any calls such as that. So no, I don't think we can say no.
Well done, David, sort of.
Cheers.
Oh, well, that's interesting, isn't it? So the campaign for Royal Merchant might not be done and dusted yet.
Well, they've got that little carrot right at the end. The very last Group 1 is for the fillies and mares. It's in Queensland. It's called the Tats Tiara. It's back to 1,400 metres. You'd have a go, wouldn't you?
Few jockeys have had a day out. The Wiz, Ben Allen, Rhys Jones in Sydney has been terrific. Laura Lafferty riding a Metro double. Winners galore, and it's been a great day. We'll be back to wrap it up after the break. One of the best rounds in the AFL, isn't it? So Doug Nicholls round, and tonight, dream time at the G. Essendon up against Richmond. Sellout crowd at the MCG, live from 6:30. Go you mighty Bombers!
He was some athlete, wasn't he, Sir Doug Nicholls? Just an incredible player, and he's honoured during this round.
First Metro double here at Flemington. And she had another couple of really nice winners, particularly Sai, when we see to her now in the green and white colours.
So 2 to Laura, 2 to Blake Shin, 2 to Ben Allen. Totally dominating, and then support from Harry Coffey, Thomas Stockdale in a narrow finish, knocking off the short price favourite, and then Baby Bo in the last. So Class comes to the fore there. Dick Lake Shin's riding really well, and there's gains too on Jamie Carr for that premiership.
Bruce, what about young Reece Jones? As Richo said earlier, while the big cats are away, the mice will play.
And play he did. The young jockeys have been to the fore all the way through the season. It's incredible when you look at the tally of those behind James McDonald. So yeah, Reece in the middle of the day and then finishes with a treble and a big breakthrough.
There's a round think about it. Hold up today. Can he mix it with the absolute best? We've always thought that he could. Could he go up to Group 1 grade, Owen?
And it's fascinating that we have just mentioned Katsu here.
At south of Houston last start. There's south of Houston running second and running a really brave second, who came out and won the last race here at Flemington today.
That form well and truly franked already, and we look forward to seeing Katsu go round next weekend, guys. It's going to be a great day live from Eagle Farm. We'll catch you then.